Good evening, everybody. Hopefully this one works. Good evening. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday to show you a fun new project. This is the fourth time I have hit go live. I did start right at 7 o'clock for some reason. I don't know if it's the internet. The weather isn't tragic outside right now, so I have no idea if it's even on the live. It's not populating on my iPad or my phone that we're live. Oh, I see somebody logging on. So good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late. I actually really wasn't. The internet keeps logging me out and kicking me off Facebook. So I went to use my phone to go live, but I can't find the live button on Facebook anymore. So I'm a little lost with technology. So hopefully things are okay now. Hello, Stephanie. I see a couple people logging on. So if you're just logging on, say hi. So hopefully you guys have had a great day. I spent most of the day setting up for the weekend retreat that starts on Thursday. So we have one this weekend, and then we have another one next weekend as well. So I don't know which way to move. So all the tables and stuff are set up. You can kind of hear the echo when I move away from the wall. Good evening, Heather, Stephanie. Hello. Thank you for joining. I totally apologize. I'm usually not late. I don't know what's happening with the internet, but it kept kicking me off. So anyway, good evening. I am going to go ahead and point you over. So since we are a little bit later, I won't chit chat for too long, and we will start working on projects. It's still not on my computer that oh, there it is. Okay, so I think we are still live. Cross our fingers. So I don't know if you guys have seen the retired list. If you haven't, check your email. It is on there. It is in your email. I print it out, and then I go through my catalog and I highlight everything that is retiring. So a couple of my favorite things that are retiring is this sweet ice cream, and I'm very, very sad because it has an amazing punch to go with it. So we are going to play with this today. And then another one of my favorite, I actually didn't bookmark it like a goofball, so let me see if I can find it really quick. It is the, okay, it's the one of the dies. Let me see if it is right here really quick. Like a goofball, I did not flag it, and I usually do. I think this whole Facebook thing being messed up kind of threw me off. Oh, there it goes. Hippo and Friends. So this is another one that is my ultimate favorite, and it is retiring as well. I'm so sad. It's Hippo and Friends on page 163. So, okay, we are live. Everything's good. Hello, Valerie, Carol, Susan, Jane, Amanda. Hello, everybody. So those are the two things that we're going to be using today is the sweet ice cream, this one, and the Hippo dies. If you don't get the Hippo stamp set, I actually have it, but I don't think I've ever used it. I use this set for all of these amazing dies. So there's one here, and I think there's another one in my little bucket, but we're going to be using it, so I think I took, oh, there it is. So these are my ultimate favorite. At least get this set for the dies. They're phenomenal. Okay. But before I show you guys the card, I want to bring in one more thing. I can't show the inside of this catalog, but as you can see, it's May 2022 to April 2023. So I have in my hot little hands, and I've already laminated it and had the spiral binding done. This is the brand new catalog. I won't have them available for the first weekend retreat because we can't order them until the first. So hopefully I have them in time for the second retreat. But this is the new catalog, so everybody will definitely be getting one. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to be using with the cards. So with the new catalog coming into effect, we have 5 of our colors that are retiring. So it's Bumblebee, Misty Moonlight, Magenta Madness, Just Jade, and Cinnamon Cider. We also have the coordinating designer series paper that goes with all of these colors as well. This will be retiring as well as the in color, or these in colors. So So that's what I kind of wanted to focus on today, was doing some cards with the in colors. So this is what we're going to be making today. And I taped, I put some washi tape on the dies just to hold them in place so they wouldn't shift on my designer series paper, and ran them through the mini embossing machine. So this is a super cute and fun card, and we have a matching envelope. Our envelopes can't ever be naked. And I haven't sent out my April birthday cards yet, so I think this is what I'll be using. Okay, let's get started. So I did save one of our designer series paper. I did pre-cut the rest of them, but I saved one, and this is the Magenta Madness. And I did that so I could show you how to run this through the embossing machine. So I grabbed the largest and the next size down of our dies. Oh, I should probably give you the dimensions first. So this is a piece of our designer series paper, and it's 3 inches by 4 inches. And then I just taped these two together just to hold them in place. And let me bring in my mini embossing machine. I like the mini because it's so mini, and it fits right inside my camera. And these smaller dies fit perfectly on it. So I'm going to lay my designer series paper down. And I'm going to lay this right in the center because I want to keep the outer edge, and I'm going to keep the inside of it. That looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and smash that down and give this a little twist. Hello, Martine, Marie, Aunt Tammy. Hello. Okay, so I run it back and forth just for good measures. I don't think you have to, but I do. Okay, so now what you're left with is, we can pull this out, and we're going to definitely be using this piece, and we're going to use this inside piece. Now this guy, we actually might use them on a different Facebook Live, but these are all the other colors that I've already cut out, but save them because I think they would definitely work for a different project. But these are the two pieces we're going to be playing with tonight. So we're using Magenta Madness. So let me bring in a piece of Magenta Madness cardstock. In the descriptions before I went live, I put on there 4 1/4 by 11. I actually just went through my scraps and found a couple pieces, and this is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I scored it at 4 1/4. But you can really make this with any card. It doesn't have to be that exact measurement that I put in the description. Okay, give that a good crease and make sure you have it go in the right direction. So let's bring in our basic white. And this one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And our designer series paper is just 1/4 of an inch smaller. So that's going to layer perfectly on top. So you're going to grab some of your favorite adhesive, and you could really use either side of the designer series paper. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of adhesive on the edges, and we're going to lay this right in the center. There we go. Perfect. And now this little guy is going to go right in the middle here. And I did glue these down because I used the dimensionals for the ice cream cone. I wanted that to be popped up a little bit. Okay. So that is good. We're going to set that aside and bring in a piece of scratch paper so we can do some stamping. So since our cardstock is Magenta Madness, we are going to use the Magenta Madness ink. And I didn't bring a piece of grid paper over, so I'm just going to grab another scrap piece of paper. So we're going to ink this up, and we're going to stamp it off one time. We don't want it super duper dark. So now I'm going to come in here and stamp it. Perfect. And then I want the little dots. I want those dots full strength. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to actually clean these as I go so I don't accidentally stamp them in a different color. And then I'm going to bring in this cinnamon cider. I'm going to leave that open, just set it aside so I don't hit the wrong one. And I'm going to do the same thing for the base of the ice cream. I'm going to come over here and stamp him off. And then I'm going to come up here and stamp right beside it. Perfect. And now I have the inside, and I want this one full strength. Perfect. Looking good so far. So now I want to bring in my punch. And if you noticed, I punched this closer to the edge just because I knew when I slide my paper in, it's going to go in perfectly. So definitely look to make sure which way your punch is positioned before you stamp it. So there's one, and I stamped this one up top because I knew it was going to be at the bottom. And we are going to get a little bit of shrapnel out there. You could use this for another project if you wanted to. My paper was a little bit too big. Okay, so this is what we're left with. I am now going to grab a couple mini glue dots. And this is just going to kind of tack it together so I can put some dimensionals on the back. Just trying to make sure it doesn't show through. So I'm literally just going to tack this down. Well, hopefully I put the dimensionals in the right spot, or the mini glue dots in the right spot. I did. And then grab some dimensionals. And we're just going to put a couple on here. Peel the backing off. And now we can bring in our card. Oh my goodness, this Magenta Madness is fabulous. I don't know if the lighting does it justice, but that is absolutely gorgeous. So let me bring in the original card really quick because I want to show you a couple different options. So sometimes it's a little overwhelming to stamp your sentiment right at the bottom of your card base. A lot of people kind of get wigged out about that if they make a mistake and they feel like they have to throw the whole thing away. I went ahead and did it on this one, but we have to put a piece of basic white on the inside anyways because it's hard to see a pen on some of our colors. So I thought I would just go ahead and ink up the happy birthday in Magenta Madness, and I'm going to stamp it in the center for the inside piece. So now I'm going to close this so I don't wear it. So now we can just put this right dead center, and we can put our happy birthday on the inside. So either way works perfectly. I don't mind stamping the outside of my card base, but I want crafting to be fun and not stressful or overwhelming. So if it overwhelms you or gives you any anxiety, put it on the inside. It's totally okay. Thank you, Martine. I was really debating on which set to do today. I actually had one scheduled for last week when I was going to go live, and thank you everybody for all of your thoughts and prayers and all of your messages that I've received. I totally appreciate them. Last week wasn't such a good week for us, but so I wanted to do something happy and cheery, and I think the ice cream cones definitely do that. Okay, yes, the script is absolutely beautiful on this one, Amanda. I totally agree with you. Okay, so here are two. And actually, if you've never seen this, if you're brand new to watching my Facebook Lives, my upline always says you can't have a naked envelope. So I just flipped open the flap and put some adhesive on it. And now I'm just going to take a piece of our scratch. It's actually the leftovers from what I cut there. And I won't cut it on the Facebook Live, but then you just trim around the bottom and now you have a matching envelope. So if you're brand new to crafting, this is how you can decorate your envelope. I'll cut it later. I just don't want to take up all of our time by cutting everything. Okay, so let's do, we have a couple more colors. Well, let's do the bumblebee. I love the bumblebee. We did get to see the new in colors that are coming out. I'm sure many of you guys have seen them. They're so beautiful too. I can't wait to get my hands on them. Hopefully you guys will be able to see some of the new stuff next weekend as well. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that right in the center. But I'm so sad about the stamp set and the dies. I use them on everything. Perfect. Let's bring our scratch paper in so when I ink up, I actually hope this ink pad is even juicy. I had to do a lot of coloring today, and I used Bumblebee. So where did my other, there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this at the bottom. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Perfect. It's a little bit light, but that's okay. And then I'm going to do these ones bolder. Perfect. And then we're going to use the cinnamon cider again. I really like the cinnamon cider for the base of the ice cream cone. Let's see if I stamp this up top, if we won't waste. Oh man, I did that full strength. Oh well, we're just going to come down here and do it again. It's just paper, right? Just paper. That one we're doing full strength. We'll get this. We got a couple more cards to make, hopefully if we have enough time. My punch. We definitely are going to have to cut some of this off though. It's not going to fit. So let's do the ice cream cone first. Yes, Marie, those are the hippos. Then we're going to come over here and do the bottom. Even if you don't want the hippo stamp set, the dies themselves are worth every single penny. They are fabulous. I put them on almost everything. Just come in and tack this. Flip that over. Put a couple dimensionals on the back. And 4 is definitely overkill, but I wanted to make sure that I got that seam. Ugh. This is definitely going to put a smile on somebody's face when they get it. I totally know it already. My son-in-law's birthday is on the 4th. One of my son-in-laws. I actually have 2.5, almost 3. Our youngest is engaged to be married, and she's actually texting me right now, which she should be watching my Facebook Live. So we almost have 3 son-in-laws. We have 2 right now. So he will definitely, I'll probably make him the Misty Moonlight one. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp that, and I'm going to stamp the happy birthday on the inside. And one of my girlfriends says the bigger the stamp set on the inside, the less you have to write. Unless you like to write, and then you don't have to stamp as big. Okay, let's flip this over. And I should have brought the gems over and put a few gems on these. Darn it. I meant to do it earlier, but then this weekend is probably the last weekend it's going to be chilly. Well, cooler for us in Arizona. So I made a pot of chili for dinner. It's the last pot of chili of the season. And I needed Frito chips. So I had to run up to Fry's. And I think I was thinking about my Fry's list as well as getting the in-color gems for these cards. So there's the Bumblebee. Super fun. Let's do the Misty Moonlight so I can at least, excuse me, I have a frog on my throat. So I can at least say my son-in-law's card is done. I have to find the Misty Moonlight cardstock, and then hopefully I didn't mess up and not bring a piece of cardstock, which it doesn't look like I did, but that's okay. We will just cut one really quick. It'll take us 2.5 seconds unless I find it. Yeah, we'll just cut a piece. So it is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Good thing I always have scraps laying around on my table, on my desk. And a trimmer. Okay, I'm doing the same side. You could use the word side if you wanted to, but I really like the wood grain. So that's why I chose to use the wood grain. But I definitely think this is going to be my son-in-law's card. And they always get a $5 Starbucks gift card. So he'll get one as well. I need to get it this weekend so I can get it in the mail. Okay, there we go. Let's grab, oh, there they are. I knew they were here. Literally, I just could not find where I put them. Okay, so let's get the Misty Moonlight Ink. Let's remember to stamp off first, just because you wanted a tiny bit lighter to put the sprinkles on the inside of your ice cream cone. So there's that one. Here's our sprinkles, and our sprinklers are going to go full strength. Perfect. And then set that aside and let me grab the cinnamon cider. Ink this one up. Oops, stamp off. Look, I almost did it again. Perfect. Oh, now Natalie logs on. I was just talking about you. That's why I'm not answering your text messages. It's because I'm on the live. Okay, grab our punch. There we go. And perfect. Let's grab just to tack it down. And you really probably only need one to tack it down. Let's see if one will work. Okay, these colors are really cute together as well. I don't know which one's my favorite. What color is your guys' favorite? The Magenta Madness, which whoever knows me, they know I'm a pink girl, so I love Magenta Madness. Misty Moonlight, I finally am able to say Misty Moonlight. I would mess it up every single time, and now they're retiring it. So I'm a little sad. But I'll put them all in so you guys can see the colors. And we have one left, but I think we're pretty close to being over our time. Oh, and I think I hear it raining again. Oh, good thing I have an umbrella out here. I just washed my hair, and God forbid I get my hair wet. It takes me 3 hours to dry it. There we go. Happy birthday. This one is definitely going to go to my son-in-law. He will really like it. Well, as much as any son-in-law would. He likes what's in it better, probably. Okay, perfect. That is done. Let me bring in an envelope really quick, just so I don't forget. Just going to put some adhesive on the flap. It was not raining when I came out here. That might have been why my internet has been a little shaky and flaky. So I do apologize if it was a little staticky today. Okay. So here is the Misty Moonlight. I'm not going to cut the flaps. I'll do that later. So here's Misty Moonlight. This one is Magenta Madness. This one is Just Jade. And let's see. Oh, here it is. This one is Bumblebee. And then I will do the last one, which is Cinnamon Cider. That's the color that we used on all of the bases. I'll do that one later. But here are the 4 of the beautiful in colors that are retiring. So once they're gone, they're gone. If you want any of these, I would get them. Everything's on while supplies last. So if you like any of these colors, I would definitely stock up on them now. And you can either stamp the happy birthday on the outside or stamp it on the inside. So there you go. Hopefully you guys liked tonight's live. Thank you for being patient with me. Technology and me, we do not get along at all, but I did everything I was supposed to, reboot the computer, turn on the Wi-Fi, and it really was still happening, so I think it's something to do with the weather. even though it's absolutely beautiful, and it's going to be an amazing, cool weekend, which doesn't happen here very often. So I'm super excited. If you guys are planning on coming to this weekend's retreat or next weekend's retreat, I cannot wait. I'm super excited to spoil you the entire weekend. I will not be live on Thursday because we're usually in the thick of things starting the retreat on Thursday. But I will be back next Tuesday for a fun new live and maybe show you some of the make and takes that we did over this last weekend. Okay, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. I will be up for a few more hours, I'm sure, trying to make sure everything is ready for your arrival. So if you need anything, reach out. If not, I will see many of you guys on Thursday, if not on Tuesday for another live. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.